The date that this video is posted proves that these predictions are being made ahead of time, as do these time-stamped emails and forensic notes PDF documents. If you are skeptical for some reason, please email me and I will forward these to you. If you have already watched this essential introductory information, you can skip ahead no more than 4 minutes. This important video will talk about God's prophetic signs and connections that pointed to December 26, 2024, regarding the death of President Trump, from a heart attack. Trump is the 45th president. The inverse of 45, 1 divided by 45, is 0.0222. December 26, 2024, was the 20th anniversary of the 220,000 deaths in the Indian Ocean tsunami. 2 hours after Israel bombed targets in Yemen on December 26, 2024, the director of the WHO posted on X that he was meters away from one of the blasts at the airport. 6 people were killed in the bombing. This was on the anniversary of the tsunami that reached Yemen 6 hours after the earthquake. December 26, 2024 was also the day that Pope Francis conducted a ritual of knocking on a prison door 6 times. At this time, Trump was in the news for his post on X regarding the prisoners whose death sentences had been commuted by Biden. Trump said that these prisoners could go to hell. Trump is predicted to die on January 1st, 6 days after the Pope's 6 knocks and the 6 deaths in Yemen on the anniversary of the tsunami that took 6 hours to reach Yemen. Much more regarding these signs on December 26, 2024 are explained in the Israel Nearly Kills WHO Chief video. December 26, 2024 was a very important step in the trail of signs leading to Trump's death on January 1st, 2025. As will be explained in this video, God pointed to December 26, 2024 in advance. It is through these connections between prior signs and December 26, 2024 that God has told many different stories, and these stories convey extremely important information and knowledge that everyone needs to know, which is why this video about how God pointed to December 26th regarding Trump's death must be watched. The same is true for December 12th. If you do not watch the videos that predict that Trump would die on December 12th or December 26th, you will have missed entirely the point of the prediction that is from God. Also, all of the videos that predicted Trump would die on December 26, 2024 are 100% correct, and they all must be watched. And the reason why they are 100% correct, the analysis, is because the prophetic signs on this date confirmed the analysis. Furthermore, like I've explained, Trump is predicted to die 2 + 2 + 2 days after the Pope knocked 2 + 2 + 2 times on the same day as 2 + 2 + 2 deaths in Yemen on the 20th anniversary of the tsunami that killed 220,000 people that took 2 + 2 + 2 hours to reach Yemen. And Trump is the 45th president, and the inverse of 45 is 0.222. Trump is a type for Joshua in the Bible, who led the Israelites around the walls of security of Jericho for 7 days, and then on the 7th day led them around the walls 7 times while 7 priests blew 7 trumpets. After which the Israelites cried out and shouted, and the walls of security collapsed in God's judgment due to an earthquake. Okay? And also, the Israelites, they blew the trumpets one long last trumpet blast, and the death of Trump will be symbolic of the last trumpet blast before the walls of security of America collapsed in God's judgment. Now, let me just play a clip explaining Trump and this parallel with the book of Joshua and 3 sets of 7 and how Trump is a type for Joshua, etc. Let me just play that clip and I'll be right back. President Trump is God's trumpet that he uses to highlight and confirm his signs. The word trump in archaic English means trumpet or the sounding of a trumpet. Donald Trump was born on a Sabbath day, and the portion of Torah that was read in synagogues on the day that Trump was born was the passage from the book of Numbers in which God commanded the making of trumpets. Trump was born exactly 23 months, which happens to be exactly 700 days, before Israel was reborn. And God used Trump in prophetic signs regarding the restoration of Israel. Donald Trump chose his running mate, Mike Pence, and their two names, Trump-Pence, hints at trumpets. Trump's presidency, including his election campaign, was synonymous with his border wall of security. Before the walls of security collapsed in God's judgment on ancient Jericho, the Hebrews blew trumpets. Before the walls of security collapsed in God's judgment on the ancient city of Jericho, the Hebrews marched around Jericho's walls of security 7 times over 7 days, while 7 priests blew 7 trumpets. This was a 3 sets of 7. In the book of Revelation, which describes God's judgment in the end times period, there are also 3 sets of 7 judgments. When the Hebrews blew the trumpets at Jericho, it was an announcement from God of judgment on the city of Jericho. Likewise, President Trump's presidency was an announcement of judgment on the nation of America, God's Gentile nation and the only other nation in history besides Israel that was founded on a relationship with God. This is why President Trump's election campaign and presidency were synonymous with his border wall of security, and why on the first day of his presidency, on Inauguration Day, President Trump was exactly 70 years, 7 months, and 7 days old, which was 3 sets of 7, and paralleled the 3 sets of 7 in the book of Joshua. Through the symbolic very beginning of Trump's presidency, God announced judgment on the nation. Joshua, the leader of the Hebrews, led them around the walls of security 7 times over 7 days, while 7 priests blew 7 trumpets. On the day that President Trump was elected by 77 electoral votes, the leader of Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, had been in power for exactly 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days. Okay, so after the symbolic 3 sets of 7, the Israelites shouted. They cried out and shouted, and then the walls of security collapsed in God's judgment due to an earthquake. And archaeology proves that the walls of Jericho collapsed due to an earthquake. December 26th, 2024 will be the anniversary of the Indian Ocean tsunami earthquake. And it will be 7 plus 7 plus 7 days, 3 sets of 7, after the 7.0 magnitude earthquake in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Eureka, California. The word Eureka means a cry of joy or satisfaction when one finds or discovers something. It is a word that means a shout or a cry. Like the Israelites cried out and shouted before the walls of security collapsed due to an earthquake. That's why this 7.0 earthquake was off the coast of California, off of the coast of near Eureka, California. It's amazing, beyond words. Also, one last thing, Trump, the name Trump, but also the word Trump, because in archaic English, the word Trump means trumpet or the sounding of a trumpet. Trump is equal to 88 in simple English gematria, and so is the name California. So this earthquake was a trump because it was off the coast of California. But it was a trump and it was a eureka because when the Israelites blew the trumpets, they also shouted, which is what eureka means. This is amazing. And it's 7 plus 7 plus 7 days in between the 7.0 earthquake to Trump's death, which will also be on the anniversary of the earthquake that caused the Indian Ocean tsunami. Now, there's more to this because this ties into another prophetic sign where Trump spoke in California. Again, Trump and California equal 88 in simple English gematria, and they hint at this symbolism of a trumpet, right? Trump stood on his golf course in the Los Angeles area with a backdrop of the ocean and said some words. I think it was a speech, but it was, if it wasn't a speech, it was, he said a number of words to the reporters behind a podium with the backdrop of the Pacific Ocean because his golf course is on the coast. This is amazing because this is also a sign that's pointing to the coming tsunami that will hit both the east and west coasts when the asteroid hits, which, from what I can tell from God's signs, will be next August 23rd, 2025. And I'm just forgetting the details. It's quite likely that I've already figured out how the Trump sign with him with the ocean in the background connects to that date. But that's another subject anyway. But what I want to say here too is that Trump will die on the anniversary of the tsunami, and it will be 2 times 52 days after he spoke in front of the Pacific Ocean, or trumpeted in front of the Pacific Ocean, if you will, trumpeting the coming tsunami. That's the prophetic, that's what God's signs are, right? God's using Trump as a trumpet, propheting these symbolic things. So 2 times 52 days is extremely amazing because it hints at the 2,520 days, which is this period of number of days in the most central prophecy in the Bible that symbolizes the end times and the period of the Antichrist, etc. So that's why Trump is predicted to die on the anniversary of the tsunami, 2 times 52 days after the speech he gave in front of the Pacific Ocean. In California, and his name Trump in California equaled 88, which is a trump. Okay. Also, the day Trump spoke in front of the Pacific Ocean is 2 months and 22 days before the 7.0 earthquake off the coast of the Pacific Ocean near Eureka. That's also 22% of a year. Again, Trump's death is predicted to be on the 20th anniversary of the 220,000 deaths in the Indian Ocean tsunami. And Trump is the 45th president, and the inverse of 45, 1 divided by 45, is 0.022. And again, God is using Trump. Trump trumpeted into Channel 9 News on 9/11, and through the 9/11 events, God pointed to George Washington, who, in fact, Trump is a type for as well. And Washington was born on the date 2/22. Hence, the 2 months and 22 days in between these two Pacific Ocean signs. The day Trump spoke in front of the ocean and the 7.0 earthquake off the coast of California in the Pacific Ocean near Eureka, which is again 7 + 7 + 7 days before Trump is predicted to die. 7 + 7 + 7 days after the 7.0 earthquake. And again, Trump is a type for Joshua, which is symbolic of these three sets of 7. Okay, and so, I mean, it's also not only 2 months and 22 days, but it's again 22% of a year. And that also hints at Trump. It's 22% of a year between when Trump spoke in front of the ocean to the earthquake in the Pacific Ocean. And that's because the 45th president hints at the inverse of 45, which is 0.022. Yeah, it's, what can I say? It's amazing beyond words. Believe me, I know far better than you how the prediction made in this video was derived. And more importantly, I know far better than you why the righteous Christian God of the Bible has given me a voice through this prediction. If you are a quote-unquote Christian or Muslim, this prediction was not learned through a demon. Be warned that blaspheming the Holy Spirit is the unforgivable sin. If you are a New Ager or New Spirituality person, this prediction was not learned through somehow tapping into the supposed universal collective consciousness. If you are a conspiracy theorist, this prediction was not learned through figuring out a supposed code that the Illuminati and Satanists are using. This prediction was learned through the Bible and through watching carefully the Lord's prophetic signs, which Jesus commanded all Christians to do. Besides proving that Jesus Christ is the Lord, the reason why God has given me a voice through this prediction is to prove that the controversial things that I am saying in the videos on this channel are the truth. Therefore, a wise person will want to watch all of the videos on this channel. What I will also do is create a video or two that summarizes some of the controversial things that the Lord will prove to be true when the prediction being made in this video comes to pass. I will leave links to these must-watch videos in the description box below this video. Again, the purpose of this prediction, that is from God, is to prove these things that I will talk about. And therefore, it would be foolish to not watch the videos that I will leave links for in the description box below this video. Aliens and UFOs are demons masquerading as aliens and UFOs. Most people's spiritual experiences are demonic deception, especially if they are not a true follower of Christ. In the last days, many people who claim to be a follower of Christ will have spiritual experiences that are in reality demonic. God became a man and died a horrible death at the hand of the ruler of this world, Satan, and then defeated death for you, so that you too can overcome death, which is the price that must be paid for sin. It is time to repent, which means to change one's ways and turn to God and become a disciple of Jesus. Please leave a like and upvote the video, and once this prediction has come to pass, share this video with everyone you know, and more, don't stop sharing it everywhere in social media. It is essential that everyone immediately read the homepage of my website, TrumpPrediction.com. If you are watching this on the YouTube platform, please note that not all of the videos are on YouTube. You need to switch to the Odyssey.com or Rumble.com channel, and do it now in case you aren't able to later.